Tigray fighters have acquired anti-drone weapons. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Uh, you know that the main difference between Tigray fighters and the Ethiopian Federal Forces during the recent Tigray war was drone and EDF. Tigray fighters had no drones. Ethiopian military had modern combat drones, which it used, and Tigray fighters had nothing to counter the drone strikes. Secondly, Eritrean Defense Force supported Tigray. It supported federal government of Ethiopia, federal forces against Tigray fighters. So I always say these two factors were the main factors which gave Ethiopian National Defense Force an advantage over Tigray fighters. And Tigray fighters, we saw, suffered setbacks, military setbacks, and they had to retreat all the way from Afar region, Shoa, Oromia Special Zone, Amhara to Makale. It seems that Tigray has been trying to get anti-drone weapons. Pictures are in circulation that Tigray fighters have acquired anti-drone weapons. Question is, how did TDF acquire these weapons? How effective this anti-drone weaponry is? Firstly, there are not lots of cheap options when it comes to countering modern combat drones. Small reconnaissance drones can be detected by anti-drone weapons, but it is very difficult for cheap anti-drone weapons to detect high-flying, very modern combat drones. We must be clear about it. Though anti-drone guns are being used in Sudanese civil war, in Russia-Ukraine war, in other wars too. But these anti-drone guns don't give 100% results. Sometimes these guns work, especially in the case of low-flying drones. So Tigray fighters have acquired anti-drone guns. Such guns were seen in the Horn of Africa, in close to Horn of Africa, a few months ago. These guns, blue fender guns, were seen in Sudanese civil war. Sudanese government, Sudan military of Abdul Fattah al-Burhan purchased these anti-drone guns, and they were seen in Jazeera state of Sudan in the hands of SAF, Sudanese Armed Forces. Eritrea reportedly does have some anti-drone guns too, but we don't have any visual confirmation. But my sources confirmed a few months ago that Eritrea had acquired some anti-drone guns. These guns are not very costly. They're not very expensive piece of equipment. Guns need to be carried. Guns have a limited range, and these guns try to detect the drones, and then the drone is destroyed by these guns. Communications are cut off. Question is, how did Tigray fighters acquire these drones? It seems that they acquired these drones from Sudanese military. Tigray fighters are being trained in Sudan. They're being reorganized in Sudan. Seha Manjos during 2 year long Tigray war organized a group of Tigray fighters in Sudan to be used to take back Volkite. Army 70 was trained there. It is being reorganized. This Army 70 is working, it's operating in cooperation with Sudanese armed forces of Al Burhan. And some of Army 70 members have been part of Sudanese military's fight against rapid support forces. So, Tigray forces and the Sudanese military have been jointly fighting the rapid support forces of Hamdan Dagalo. RSF, in some statements, explicitly accused TPLF and Tigray fighters that they are supporting the military in the fight against RSF. It seems that SAF TDF alliance is paying. TDF supported Sudanese military, and now Sudanese military is supporting TDF in terms of providing anti-drone weapons to Tigray fighters. The disgruntled Tigray fighters in Afar, maybe they're in possession of some anti-drone weapons too. But how effective are these anti-drone weapons? Well, in a full-scale war, the effectiveness of these guns, Blue Fender anti-drone guns, is very limited. Why? We're seeing that drone strikes are being conducted on daily basis now on Sudanese armed forces. Port Sudan is being hit by rapid support forces. Sudanese military has these anti-drone guns, but still RSF drones are conducting precision strikes on everywhere, you can say, in Port Sudan. Oil depots being hit, port was hit too, airport was hit, uh, two hotels were hit in Port Sudan. So where are these anti-drone guns? It means that these guns are not fully effective, as I said earlier. So yes, Tigray fighters have acquired anti-drone weapons for the first time in the last 4 to 5 years. But we cannot say that these guns will be able to protect Tigray fighters against TB2s, against Winglongs, against Akinjis. I mean, it's unimaginable. I don't think it's possible that Akinji can be brought down by this just an anti-drone gun. The drones being used by Ethiopian security forces are very modern, very sophisticated. Still, I think uh, in some particular cases, these anti-drone weapons could be used by Tigray fighters. Let's see, we'll have to work more on it to see how many of these anti-drone guns have been acquired by Tigray fighters. Where will they be deployed? Will they be really effective? All that remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.